Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
You should kill.
What if that wasn't some angry streamer or you disappointed dead? What if someone actually proved it? It happened to this poor dude right here. Kusunoki was a talented kid, really good at art, smarter than everyone else, and he made sure they know it. In elementary school, he thought his life was worth 3 billion yen. There were only one person who could match him, his childhood friend Himino. Both were outcasts, so they made a promise. In 10 years, if we're both still alone, we'll marry each other. Almost 10 years later, Kusunoki is broke as hell. The guy that was supposed to be famous is living in a beat-up apartment, selling his favorite books and CDs just to eat. The old man behind the counter looks at him. Kid, if you're this broke, why not sell your lifespan? Huh? My lifespan? Yeah, there's a shop that buys it. I don't care that you're old. I'll smack the living shit out of you if you treat me like I'm stupid. He still goes anyway. The girl asks him to wait while they evaluate his worth. I'm thinking 300 million yen. Nah, I'm special. It's gotta be 3 billion yen. It's 300,000 yen. Barely 2,000 US dollars. His entire existence is worth a Hatsune Miku figure. Damn. The metric is simple. How happy will your life be? How much joy will you bring others? What dreams will you achieve? And what will you contribute to society? He basically did none of that, so he gets a participation trophy. He says all 30 years remaining of his life, keeping only 3 months. And here's what I don't get. The whole point of selling your lifespan is to make enough money so you can live the rest of your life comfortably. If your life is practically worthless, why not sell everything and be done with it? Let's look at it objectively. Kusunoki been living his life passively, hoping one day something good would happen. Maybe I'll get inspired to pick up art again. Maybe Himino will remember our promise. Maybe I'll finally become the person I thought I'd be. It's called arrival fallacy. The belief that once you accomplish something, you'll finally be happy. I also like to call it delusion. Kusunoki can't even afford to be delusional. He's been told that this moment would never come. Just 30 more years of waiting for nothing. Yeah, I'd probably sell my life too. Unless, now that he altered the course of his life by selling it, in the next 3 months, something good might actually happen. Also, he got assigned a monitor. Her name is Miyagi. She might actually be the change he was waiting for. Probably not. She looks at him like he's already dead. This manga is adapted from a novel by Suguru Miyake, and if you never heard of him, you will. This guy is the master at taking simple premises. What if you can sell your happiness? What if you could relive your life? What if someone implanted false memories in you? And turning them into gut-punching explorations of what makes life worth living. I would love to make a video going through all his other works someday, because he really knows how to make a grown man cry. But the one everyone knows, the one that hit the hardest, is 3 Days of Happiness. Not 3 months, but 3 days. When asked why he believes this is the one that got famous, his answer was, it's the most compelling. After all, Miyake also wanted to sell his lifespan, and I couldn't agree more. I didn't really like Kusunoki at first, but it's hard not to see yourself in him. We all thought we'd be special at kids, only for the 20s to hit and you still don't know what the hell happened. He's exactly that, multiplied by 100. And it's about to get even more depressing, but stay with me now. If this were any other story, this would be the part where you start the bucket list. Skydiving, confessing to your crush, eating fancy food. Kusunoki doesn't do any of that. When the future looks bleak, he clinches onto the past. He starts contacting some old friends. One of them is a girl from college who was interested in him. She cut him off like 3 months ago. Maybe his old buddy from high school. Fuck this guy. The fact that he's dying in 3 months doesn't mean the world will start caring about him. The only thing he has left is the promise from 10 years ago. Maybe he should finally go to see him, He should not have gone to see him, Just like that, the only meaningful connection he ever had was gone, and it was all his fault. If only he didn't neglect anyone who ever reached out to him. If only he went to see him a long time ago. He would not have come to this. The only solace he has left now was the girl next to him, Miyagi. We know Kusunoki ruined his own life, but what about Miyagi? At first, she was this cold professional monitor, pointing out how worthless his life was. He might have liked that, but why is the girl her age doing this weird job? Turns out, she's not that much different. Her mother was addicted to buying more life, kept selling her future over and over. She was murdered by the person she was monitoring, and 10-year-old Miyagi was forced to sell her own time to pay the debt, sentenced to dealing with scum like him till she's 40, assuming she makes it. So if Kusunoki's life is over anyway, the only thing he can do now is try to make hers a little less miserable. With their newfound bond, the two start getting closer. He even tells her about his childhood dream of becoming a vending machine. Boy, have I got the enemy for you. It's bittersweet, seeing two people deemed worthless by others find comfort in each other. But at the same time, you know it wouldn't last. One of them will have to go back to being all alone soon. They start going on those ridiculous dates, renting a swan boat, riding a Ferris wheel, going to bars. I forgot to mention she's invisible to others, so it looks like a jackass on a huge swan boat by himself. Kusunoki becomes famous around town. The dude that hangs out with his his invisible girlfriend. Half think he's crazy, the other think he's doing some social experiment. Either way, he didn't care. He was having the time of his life. He said this height of happiness where he ignited the fire he lost years ago. That dormant talent, the one that was supposed to waste away, it finally blooms. In his final month, he creates art that will outlive him, art that will be remembered. That's what was supposed to happen. His evaluation went up and he was gonna make art that can stand with all the greats. But he doesn't care about eternity anymore. Doesn't care that his name will be remembered. The only thing he cares about is this girl who made his life finally worth something. So he sells off his final month by 3 days to pay off most of her debt, only to be left alone, hoping she's out there, still looking for happiness. Too bad for him, she does it too. Of course she does. Those 3 days have more value than the 30 years they both lost. Holy fuck, I finally understand the title. This was so poetic I cried. I was finally reminded why I love reading stories. This is one of those that will hit and stay with you no matter how old or where you are in life. Looking at Kusunoki is like looking at the worst version of myself. I was able to reflect back on my own life from my time as a kid to college, all the connections that I still have and all the ones I lost along the way. I read the novel after finishing the manga and it still had me looking at the ceiling like an idiot for 10 minutes. Kusunoki was waiting for something good to happen. He didn't know what it was, but he hoped it would save him from his misery. That's not how life works. You won't meet the love of your life if you stayed home all day watching romance anime. You won't get to reach your dreams if you don't take the first step. If you're just waiting for life to happen, then don't be surprised when you're all alone, wondering why it went this way. Miyaki also wanted to sell his lifespan. He also felt worthless. He also wondered if his work mattered. But by writing this story, by pouring his worth into these pages, he gave his life the value it didn't have. Kusunoki chose to sell his lifespan, and he also chose to extend his hand to his gold monitor. Because of that, he was finally able to get a glimpse of that fleeting happiness for just 3 months. But you're not Kusunoki. You didn't sell your life. You still have time. It took him 30 years of his lifespan to finally understand what it means to live. For you, it could be just 18 chapters.
I would say never give up.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life.
They just think for themselves and they'll be way happier in the long run.
Look at what I did for the day, even if it's relax. Did I earn the sunset? Some days I don't, and I motivate myself to try to do it again, but most days I do. And that's my sense of purpose. So now I have what makes me happy. And I can chase those things. And that's what makes the ride super fun, man. To me.
That's fine. That's